Hey, BassGeek here, and today I'm going to show you what I actually spent my money on at the Knoxville Expo. Alright, so the Knoxville Expo was so cool, guys. I hope everybody is healthy afterwards. You know, I hope everybody is good, healthy, safe. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, I did talk so much down there that I lost my voice. You can still kind of hear it's a little bit raspy. But, man, what a great time getting to meet all you awesome Bass Geeks, basically. Bass Geek Nation, Bass Geeks, fellow Bass Geeks. I appreciate the heck out of all of you all coming in. Some of you guys actually brought me some cool little baits. I'm not going to remember the names right off the bat, but you guys are on the last video. So I want to say hello to the young man who brought me these awesome shaky heads. He handmade them himself, made them out of his own molds, and I mean, I can't appreciate you enough. This kid is going to go places. He is smart. He is polite. It was an honor to get to meet him. Someone else brought me some really cool hair jigs that they tied. We got a little preacher jig. That'll be great during the summertime. Nice little feather jig. Gonna be great for those smallmouth and largemouth during the colder months. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys coming out. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys really watch and support each other. You know, in the last video, the kind of subscriber shout out video down in Knoxville, you know, I appreciate all you guys coming out. The other thing is, I will be at Watson's this coming up Thursday and Friday, pretty much all day, both days. I don't know if I'm going to get to make it on Saturday, but make sure you get to Watson's Marine Open House. I mean, it's free food, guys. So you know why I'm going to be there. It's free food, after all. That being said, I'm also going to be in Columbus, Ohio the following week, and I believe that's going to be the 11th, 12th, and 13th of February. So I'll be in Columbus, Ohio. You guys come out. We're going to start trying to do some of the more northern shows. I know I've been promising you guys that for years, and hopefully we're going to get to do a few. So some of you guys really out in the New England area, the Pennsylvania area, you guys make sure you keep me posted on some shows out that way, because I know I got a ton of supporters out in the Pennsylvania area. So I'd love to come up and do a show up there. But like I said, let's get started on what I actually spent money on at the Knoxville Expo. So one of the very first things I want to show you is something. They were right beside the Third Eye fishing booth. You guys know Third Eye. You know that I discovered them kind of middle of last year. They're a new company on the market. They make baits and design their own baits. So they're not copycats of anything else. They are their own baits. But this is from Super G Lures. This is something that I was really interested in, guys. You know how I love to throw an underspin, and I picked up several different sizes. So you know how I love to throw an underspin, and you know how I love to throw a wobble head. Well, how about a wobble head underspin? Now, this can be fished a ton of different ways. You can put swim baits on it, and you get a very free swinging head. So you're going to get a lot more action out of that swim bait. But don't let that blade being on bottom restrict you. The great thing about a wobble head is it's only as restrictive as your imagination. So make sure, you know, one of the best ways in the world for me to catch ledge fish on a wobble head, or I mean on an underspin during the summertime, is that I slow roll and drag that blade on the bottom. That blade can make so much good noise and still throw off flash while it's beating and banging over rocks or wood or whatever. So I got several of them. You know, I'm going to get them in my 3/4 ounce size, but I also got some smaller ones, you know, some quarters and some halves. But overall, I got a couple different hook size in that 3/4. That is really kind of my go-to. It was either 3/4 or 1/2 ounce, guys. I don't really remember, but I'll check that out later. Again, Super G lures. So that's one thing I did spend my money on. Now the next item is probably the most expensive thing that I bought. But when I seen it, I knew I had to have one. You guys know I like to fish the ledges. You guys know I like to throw swim baits. And when I seen this, I just thought, holy cow. This thing dives up to 18 feet. This is a Mike Buka bull shad. Now this is painted by Jen, and I will put a link for her YouTube channel in the description. But this is a beautiful shad color bait. I love the purple on it, but it has a blade. So this is a Buka bull shad, but this is called the Dredger. So this big, it's the biggest square bill you've ever seen. Tackle Junkie would be like, oh, you found a square bill that you can dive 20 foot deep. And he's right. He's right. I basically did. I found a square bill that I could dive at 20 feet deep. Now this bad boy was not cheap, but man, look how pretty it is. The design on the gills and the eyes. They really did a great job on this. The paint job is incredible. The hooks, it did come with hooks. They are in the bag. But this is a beautiful, beautiful swim bait. I cannot wait to throw it out there and probably get it hung on a stump on the bottom and lose it on the first cast. But I'm going to do everything I can not to do that, right? I spent quite a bit on that. I'm not going to tell the wife anything about this lure. Now next is a company you guys already know about. You guys have seen. I did an interview with them at the show, and that is Nico. I bought a bunch of stuff by them. I bought some of their tadpoles. I'm interested in trying these. I think these would be great little pond baits, guys. If you guys fish ponds, these tadpoles I think are going to be great. Now, they gave me several different ways from, Finesse Texas rig to rig these, but apparently they have caught some big fish on them. I got a few, their Hellgrammites are legendary. They're legendary. So if you haven't seen how stretchy they are, make sure you check them out. I got a few different colors of those. That is the green pumpkin. That first color was UV Chartreuse. I had to put some watermelon red in there. This is natural. Good looking color right there. And it was so good I bought 2 packs of those. So 2 packs of the natural. I also picked up some of their crawls. These things are sick looking. 3.2 inch. This is the Eclipse, kind of a darker version. Got 2 packs of those. This is going to be a great color in the spring. I've got a feeling we're going to crush on these. This is the Magma Crawl. Got those red claws. A little bit of a darker red back. And last but not least, we've got the mud bug. I mean, how can you go without one called the mud bug, right? It is a mud bug. So some really cool stuff from Nico. It was really neat meeting them. Hope to get them on the live stream one night so that we can actually talk to them about their company. And you guys can ask them questions about their products. Now, you guys will know that I've got a local bait painter, and he is my favorite. It's Razor Lures. You guys have seen him on a ton of different stuff. You've seen me catch a ton of fish on this little bait right here. I lost the deeper diving one last year. I picked up 2 of the deeper diving, and I was down to 1 in this particular color. And this is such a great spring color. So he does such an incredible job. This is one of the shallower divers. I only had one of those left. Look at this. I don't remember the color that he calls this, but the detail in these, I mean, it's incredible. And what's great is these are great really right when they come off the hard reds and they go more on that spring crawl color is when I like to throw these. So more toward the late middle spring is when these rock crawlers do so well. These are I think these dive 14 feet and this dives like 8. He's got some of the best skills when it comes to painting and just some very unique colors. Just a great job. I'm a huge fan. Now we're going to talk about another great painter, and that's Fox. And when I stumbled across these, I was in love. These are all 1/2 ounces. They're blade baits, but they've got some sort of plastic coat over top of them, so the paint looks amazing. They're 1/2 ounce, and I'm going to show you these now. I can't remember the colors. He doesn't have them on here, but these are Fox custom cranks. So great time this time of year. That is a very natural looking shad right there. This is also a very natural looking shad, but it's also a little more translucent than the first one. Now you gotta have good old bone. Can't go wrong there. Now we come to a color that reminds me so much of one of my favorite colors to throw on Soho, and that is, like I said, I don't know, but I call it kind of that sour grape color. It's got the chartreuse, got the purple. Such a good looking color for a blade bait. Now, of course, and what's great about these, I'll tell you when I really am excited to throw these baits right here, is that they look so natural. Come spring in that clear water, no rattle. They're like a rattle trap with 0 rattle. I cannot wait. Or a lipless, whatever you want to call it. Now here we've got that red crawl. He did throw in a couple for me, so thank you very much. But Fox, guys, these are great. And again, I'll put links to Facebook, if they've got websites, every single company in this, I will put links in the description to, okay? Now, that's one of the things that I love is to go to these shows. And I'll tell you, you want to go to a show that's full of the best painters, the best natural just bait builders in the world, it's the Knoxville show. It is hands down the Knoxville show. There were so many good painters there, so many good balsa baits, so many good baits like this that I'd never seen anywhere else. It's incredible. Check this bad boy out. This is like a black with a chartreuse. It's almost like it's really like a dark purple. I don't want to say it's black, but man, what a killer looking bait that is. So again, I want to give a big shout out to Fox. Man, thank you so much for hooking me up with some of these. What an incredible job you guys do. And not just these, man. They've got so many good looking baits on their table. These were the baits that really stood out to me, but they do an incredible job. This is a box full of Third Eye stuff. He hooked me up. I mean, he hooked me up before I left. One of the things he gave me, I actually give this away. I'm going to mail it out. This is the drop shot kit, and this is everything you need. Grass, rock, sand, the hooks, the worms, and he's got them in all different kinds of sizes and shapes. Got that dojo worm. What I love about his stuff, they do float, but that's kind of a misnomer. So if you use those dojos on a shaky head, they will stand straight up. I'll show you. I don't want to spoil the surprise. But he makes them so they are neutrally buoyant. So when you put these worms on a drop shot, they're not going to float up like a Z-Man's. They're not going to sag down like, something heavily salted. They're going to stay straight out and horizontal. So you want to know somebody that's really been thinking about a drop shot, go check out my boy at Third Eye Fishing. That right there sold me on his drop shot worms, and I'm not even a drop shot guy. Now, you guys have heard me sing the praises. This is an incredible design. He gives you everything you need, from the weights to the hook to the O-rings to the crawls. Specially designed for Nico, the Nico crawl kit, guys. Make sure you go check these out again on the website. He hooked me up with some of those. I know I gave those away too, so I'm a little sad, but anyway, it's awesome that he let me do it. Now, one of the things that he's come out with that I'm crazy excited about, this is the new swim bait. Look at that tail right there. That thing is sick. And let me tell you, go to his YouTube channel and look at it coming through the water. You get an incredible slither action. Imagine, it looks so natural. Now you can pinch it off and get the wide action that you're going to get from most, or the better known, ribbed swim baits. But that, I can't wait to put this on an A-rig, boys and girls. This on an A-rig is going to be a killer. So, and it comes in a ton of different colors. Like I said, I'll put the links below. I'm not sure what color that is. It kind of looks like a Pro Blue Red. Not sure what that color that is, because that one doesn't have it on. Now, this one does have it on. And of course, that's just a good old pearl white. Again, I don't know what he calls this color, but man, that is a crazy looking little color right there. Orange, that'd be real great during the early spring on that underspin wobble head. This, I believe, is the Tennessee Shad. One of my favorite colors. Here's something that I love. Those baits, those swim baits go great on the stand-up head that he uses. He calls it the kickstand. This is the 3/8 ounce. And so that tail, when they stand up, that tail just sits there and wobbles. It's pretty incredible. It's an incredible way to fish it. He told me about it. These are just called sticks. They're a stick worm. And again, great fall. He uses small grain salt, so you don't have the big air pockets in there. That color is Ghost Shad. That's going to be a killer color. We've got another color here. This is the Watermelon Pearl. And they do have an incredible fall, guys. This is the Green Pumpkin. Can't wait to get out there, put that color to use. Now, these are the drop shot style worms. These are the Dojo. This is the Dojo worm. This is the 4.5 inch. I'm going to tell you, when they get on the little green worm bite this year, you can guarantee this is going to be tied on for me right here. And this is the Red Bug. And the good old Green Pumpkin. These are the Ned versions of a head. Now guys, these right here I'm really excited about, because again, when they get on the little green worm bite, I'm going to have these on. These Ned rigs are incredible. They are basically a 3.25 inch. So this is the Dojo Ned in Green Pumpkin. This is GP Bluegill, so Green Pumpkin Bluegill. That thing right there is a killer. Had to get me one in PB&J. It's just, his peanut butter and jelly is just sick. And of course, good old Alabama Crawl. All right, so last but not least, I picked up a whole bunch of rods. So the very first rod, and I'm trying my best because this thing is 8 foot long. It's 10 foot extended. But if you've seen on the last video, this is my new, from Dixie Customs, this is my ledge rocket. So one of the things around here is that the schools can sometimes really spread out across the bottom. And we used to do a thing called long lining. So long lining, you'd get in one spot, let out your crankbait, trolling motor all the way across the school, and then start cranking, which would allow for you to get more depth and keep that bait down at a longer distance. Well, a lot of your tournaments have outlawed that, but they have, and check your rules, began to allow for a 10-foot rod, or slightly under 10 foot. This rod is actually, I think it's 9 foot 9 inches fully extended, and it will cast a mile. So I cannot wait to get out there on one of my favorite cranking lakes, deep cranking lakes, Douglas, and put this bad boy to use. So again, this is the Dixie Custom ledge rocket, and it's pretty bad. So now I went by and I picked up 3 other rods, and these are old 18 rods. So a buddy of mine who's pretty local to me, Michael Knapp, he's got a YouTube channel. Make sure you go check him out. Kind of turned me on to these, and he really wanted me to give them a try. And I'll tell you, as soon as I picked them up, I was super impressed with the feel. I love the look. Look at that kind of gray color that everybody's kind of going to on their boats and truck now. So it's pretty sick. They are great looking rods. I mean, great looking rods. We're going to do some reviews on them. They're super light. Love the grips. They've kind of got those wind grips on them. Good looking wind grips. Good looking reel seat. He asked me if I was interested in trying a few, and this is just a good all around. I've got a reel for it. Probably going to put a loose reel on it, one of their higher ends, but this is just a good all around spinning rod. This is the Suppressor series from Old 18. This is a 7'2" medium fast action. It's rated for 8 to 14 pound test, which is perfect. 1/4 to 5/8. This is my first time getting my hands on these, and I just have to tell you, it's sick. I can't wait to really get out there and try my best to catch some big old bass on it. Beautiful looking rod. One of the other rods, and this is the other spinning rod that I picked up, something that I love. God, this rod just is, it's incredible. It is super, super light. He was talking about another rod and showing it to me and was talking about it being, you know, what would I use it for? And I was like, well, you know, you possibly use it for tight line. And he said, well, do you like it better than you like this? He put this rod in my hand and I went, oh no. I was like, this rod's crazy. One of the things that we like to do here is we like to tight line. We like to throw these very small little hair jigs. It's kind of a derivative of floating flies, but we'll throw the fly without the float, and we'll just use these very light, almost buggy whippish. I mean, this thing bends. It's incredible, the backbone, or you know, I guess the lack thereof it has. It's just so perfect for that kind of technique. This is also the Suppressor series from Old 18. This is a 7-foot ultralight. It's a moderate fast tip, 4 to 6 pound test. And that's generally what we throw, and we're catching really good smallmouth on these most of the time. This has got a huge amount of tip to it, but it's a very finesse rod. And I'm telling you, I've been looking for something to throw those super light hair jigs on. This is my Huckleberry, man. It's what's going to be. I have been looking for a new underspin, kind of go-to underspin rod for ledge fishing, and boy, did they hook me up. Again, the Suppressor series Old 18, 7.3 medium heavy fast action. This is perfect for what I want. 10 to 20 pound test, 1/4 to 3/4 ounce. Generally I'm throwing about a 1/2 ounce, but this thing is, again, gorgeous. I love the colors. I love that gray. It's so, I don't know. I don't even know how to put it, but I also love the reel seat. You've kind of got that, you know, that little locking nut that kind of slides up there. Great looking rods. Go check out Old 18. We'll absolutely put links in the description. I can't tell you how impressed I am with those rods. And that's it, guys. That is what I spent my money on at the Knoxville Expo. You're going to see a video from the Watson's Marine Expo. I hope. I'm not going to promise you on that. We'll see. Hopefully you're going to see some really good videos and some really cool stuff out of the Columbus, Ohio Expo. Make sure you're looking them up. Make sure you're coming out to see me. I can't wait to spend some time with you guys. As always, questions, comments in the comment section below. You guys know I love to talk about fishing with you. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you know when these videos come out. And as always, you guys rock.